And so we're going to have Francisco lead back in and talk a little bit more about how to get into these programs as a recruiter.
Well, I believe that the question in particular was what were the programs that are available, graduate programs in this particular case, in the health sciences. Actually, we have many. So what I would recommend the caller to do in this particular case, my name is Francisco Pina, and my direct office number is area code 312-413-9729. What I can do is I can set up an appointment with you, and I can go over the options that we offer in graduate college. If you decide that you actually want to talk to one of my colleagues within the other units of UHP, I can go ahead and help you arrange a meeting with either be with my colleagues in dentistry, medicine, or whatever college it is that you want to talk to.
Okay, and we just talked a little bit about advice. As a recruiter and as working as a coordinator of an area, can you tell us what things need to be done? What advice can you give those students interested in the undergraduate degree and that graduate degree?
Mm-hmm. I think what ends up happening, and I'm going to change the question a little bit. What I see often as a recruiter is that people aggrandize or get intimidated, I guess, by the term doctor, right? Like the Rosalba Hernandez who was here a moment ago, she's about 1.5 years away from being Dr. Rosalba Hernandez. What I would recommend people to do is that if they are genuinely curious on what we do here with the Urban Health Program, is to talk to the staff. It all begins with initial contact with one of us, and we can tell you advice pretty much specific to the individual, right? In my time at the School of actually used to work for the School of Public Health, now I work for the graduate college. But in my time in the Urban Health Program, I've never seen a student get admitted into one of our programs that did not in fact apply, right? So it all begins with the application, and even before that, it begins with the contact with the specific college and so forth. I would tell you that if you're legitimately interested in a PhD program at UIC for the health sciences, now would be a good time to see me, because at this point we are we're starting to generate applicants for the fall 2011 year. It takes about 9 months to a year to put together a competitive PhD application. And it may sound like a long time, but if you think about it, you need to go ahead and take the appropriate exams. For example, in our case, it's going to be the GRE, right? That's their graduate records exam. It's a standardized exam that is run by a company called ETS, which is used it's actually a requirement by many of the graduate programs that we have here at UIC. If you want to do dentistry, there's a DAT. If you want to do medicine, there's an MCAT. There's a PharmDat if you're interested in pharmacy, right? So even if you, so it's one of those things that you're going to have to do. You're going to take some sort of a standardized exam. Things like letters of recommendation, right? Rosalba, for example, talked a little bit about her curiosity in diabetes. One of the things that was required for her to become a PhD student was to actually put together a personal statement in which she talked about the actual research interest that she was interested in, right? And obviously, part of the reason why she gets accepted into this program is because we actually had the resources, the actual faculty working in this particular area of research, right, that can actually mentor her academically throughout the years that she's going to be with us. So again, my contact information is 312-413-9729.
Okay, and we talked a lot about that advanced degree. What can our students be doing right now today? We talked about that mentorship, looking for a mentor.
Yes.
Like, what's step one? I am a senior in high school this year. What should I be doing?
You know, I always tell people, it starts by reading a lot. Read.
Okay.
Reading is one of those things. It's like running a marathon. You don't show up the day of the marathon and expect to run 26.2 miles that day, right? You actually train for about a year.
Right.
The average PhD student at UIC reads about a book per week per class. And they're usually taking about 4 classes per semester. And they're not reading basic things. They're not reading, I guess Harry Potter was really interesting to me. I loved Harry Potter. They're actually reading things associated with the degree that they're looking in, right? So you definitely want to be in a position where you have a lot of experience reading and being able to pick from what you read the significant points that are being made in a book. In fact, when you're taking your standardized exams like the GRE, one of the big sections of GRE is that we're looking at your reading comprehension, right? Did you actually get what you were supposed to get out of a particular paragraph? I would recommend always to start talking to the advisors, right, early on. We go out to the field a lot, all of us. All 6 UHP units actually travel across the state, and we travel to high schools and we travel to colleges and university. We travel there because we're very interested in meeting students that are excited about the possibility of being graduate or professional students at UIC and being part of the urban health program, right? If we're there, don't let us be there bored. Try to find out when we're going to be at your campus or at your school. Come say hi to us, talk to us, get to know us. So nobody, look, if for some reason you apply to one of our programs and we don't admit you, it's our policy, we don't really beat you up for it, right? We just don't admit you. It's that simple. There's no physical harm that comes to you if you're not admitted to one of our programs.
It's so true. So what we're saying is, all you have to do is apply, is what it sounds like. Just apply.
And do apply properly, right? Do not put your application together for a PhD program at UIC, for example, and start putting it together, let's say in February when it's due at the end of the month, in February, right? Mm-hmm. Typical PhD applications for UIC are about February 1st. Some of them can go actually early December, right? December 15 mm-hmm. is a common deadline that we have at UIC, which basically means that you really want to start working on that particular application sometime in March.
Oh, okay.
So that you have enough time to take your proper exams. Let's say you take your whatever the appropriate exam is for you and you don't like the score. Well, you want to have the proper amount of time to retake the exam so that you can get a score that you feel is reflective of your capabilities, your abilities, right?
Excellent. Thank you so much. I want to thank our guests from the Graduate College today. Again, they've given us so much great information. I think to take home with you guys is remember that find a mentor. I think that was great information. Along with follow up with your recruiters and folks from the university. Please feel free to talk to those guys. And again, if you have any other questions, please know that you can call us at 312-996-7727 or find us on the web at www.uic.edu/DEPTS/uhealth. Thanks and have a great evening. Thank you.